All right, I'm going to call the meeting to order. I'm going to remind the audience that there are agendas out on the table out there through the double doors if you need them. Also remind that you can watch the Planning and Zoning meeting on cable channel 192 or the YouTube. I'd like to remind everyone at this time to shut off all cell phones and commissioners to turn on your mics and make sure that you speak into your mics when talking. I'd like to make note that we have 6 out of 7 of the staff or the commissioners in attendance. I'd like to also make a note that Mr. Craig Collins was sitting planner, Ms. Christy Turner, administrative assistants here, and Wallace Trimbath, deputy city attorney, is in the audience. Consideration of minutes from the regular meeting of Planning and Zoning Commission held on March 17th, 2020. I have a motion.
I move we approve the minutes of March 17th, 2022.
And I'll second that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Are there any additions or corrections for the minutes of March 17th, 2022 meeting? Just double check. Okay. Please cast your vote and record the vote.
With all members voting aye, the motion passes.
Okay. Just note, neither of these two are working.
They're not?
No.
I'm not sure how to fix that either.
Okay.
Do the thumbs up thing.
I think it'd be,
Just glance over your shoulder.
yeah, just, we'll have to glance over. Okay, I would like to advise all the applicants that it takes 4 affirmative votes to carry any motion, not just simply the majority of those present. Anything less than 4 votes is a denial. Applications can postpone their public hearing until next month in anticipation of more planning commission members being present if they so desire. Our first case this evening is sub 168 2022, a vacation of replat of track A Kensington Heights, addition number 4 to creating Kensington Heights, additional 5, located south of Central Village Drive and east of Wyoming Boulevard. Applicant, Kensington Heights Development, LLC. Staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Kensington Heights Development, LLC has applied for a vacation and replat, creating the Kensington Heights Edition Number 5. The subject property is zoned R2, 1-unit residential, and consists of 26.67 acres, more or less, located east of Wyoming Boulevard between Drayton Way and Centennial Village Drive. The proposed subdivision is creating 39 new residential lots and a large parcel, Tract D, at the north end, which will be replatted into additional residential lots in the future. All proposed lots, as shown, exceed the city's minimum lot size requirement of 4,000 square feet. Multiple points of access to the area are provided at Drayton Way and Country Club, as well as Drayton Way and Boots Drive. Staff has included 2 recommended conditions of approval. The first condition clarifies construction and maintenance responsibilities for the pedestrian pathway that will be built on the east side of the subdivision through Block 11. And the second condition addressed the need for property owner participation in the construction of a sidewalk or trail along Wyoming Boulevard if and when it happens in the future. Staff did not receive any public comments on this case. 2 recommended conditions, as I've already mentioned, and we have 6 exhibits. A is the replat application. B, copy of the plat. C, vicinity map of the 300-foot notification zone. D, legal notice sent to the Star Tribune. E, notice of public hearing sent to property owners within 300 feet. And F, memo to the chairman and members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. That concludes my report.
Thank you. I now declare the public hearing open for consideration case sub 168 2022. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statute, the rules of the Planning and Zoning Commission, and other applicant laws. I would ask those individuals who address the commission to approach the lectern, identify yourself, and state your address. Would the person representing case number sub 168, 2022 come forward and explain the application?
Good evening, Commission. My name is Jason Lewis at 421 South Center Street here in Casper, and I'm here on behalf of Kensington Heights Development as the applicant. I'm just here to answer any questions that you guys might have with the continuation of our subdivision. This is just a continuation of a couple other phases that we previously have started and completed. And just if you have any questions.
Any other commissioners have any questions? Okay. Nope.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As required by state law, we have to invite people to comment in favor or in opposition to all public hearings. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak in favor of case sub 168, 2022? Is there anyone in the audience speak against it? There being no others to speak for or against the case, I now declare the public hearing closed and enter a motion to approve forward a due pass recommendation to the City Council, deny or table case number sub 168, 2022. The
Mr.
replat.
Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve SUB 168, 2022
Thank you, Mr. Terry.
with the add-on, two add-ons.
Two conditions in the staff report.
I second it.
Thank you, Ms. Carroll. Any discussion? Okay, please cast your vote. And record the vote.
With all members voting aye, the motion passes.
Thank you. Again, I'd like to advise all the applicants that it takes 4 affirmative votes to carry the motion, not just simply the majority of the members present. Anything less than 4 is a denial. Applications postpone their public hearing until next month, and application for more planning commission members being present if they so desire. Our second case this evening is sub 166, 2022 and ZOC 167, 2022, a vacation and replat of lots 7 through 13, 27 through 29, and portions of lots 6, 14, and 26, Sunrise Hills, number 3 addition, and portion of tract C, east of Poplar Street and south of Yesnes Court. Additionally, the proposal involves a request zone change of those proposal, Harmony Hills Edition number 4, from a C2 general business to a C2 1-unit residential. Application Hines Plains Investments LLC. Staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Application has been made for the vacation and replat creating Harmony Hills number 4, located east of Poplar Street and south of Yesnes Court. The property involved in the replat is approximately 10.5 acres, more or less, and is currently zoned C2 general business. In a companion item, application has been made to rezone the northern portion of the subdivision, which is lots 6 through 17, to R2, 1-unit residential. Although single-unit residential is a permitted use under the current C2 zoning of the property, the applicant feels that the rezone to R2 would be advantageous in obtaining financing from an end user's perspective. The 5 lots along Yesnes Court directly north of the subdivision were rezoned to R2 in 2016 for the same reason. As with all proposed zone changes, Section 1712-170 of the Municipal Code requires that staff review zoning applications in the context of the approved comprehensive land use plan and provide a recommendation to the Planning and Zoning Commission and City Council as to how the zone change is either supported or not supported by the plan. The Generation Casper Comprehensive Plan provides a future land use plan, which is found in Chapter 4 on page 4-26. The future land use map is an illustrative map that identifies the physical distribution of land uses and forms the basis for future zoning and land use regulations. The subject property is located in an area designated as neighborhood center. Page 4-32 of the plan provides general characteristics of the areas designated as neighborhood centers, which typically includes low-scale commercial uses supporting general neighborhood needs, as well as supporting multifamily residential as primary uses. The future land use plan and page 432 of the comprehensive plan have been included in your staff report. Staff did not receive any public comments on this case. We did recommend 3 conditions, and I do want to change the 3rd condition slightly. In your staff report, it mentions the following language: prior to consideration of the vacation and replat by the city council, easement releases shall be provided. And I'm going to change that to prior to issuance of a permit to construct public improvements, to allow it to go through council approval. And prior to construction beginning, the easement releases must be provided. And the easement releases are for the existing right-of-way that's located in this area. It's undeveloped. It's the old Goodstein right-of-way. And there may or may not be utilities in that area. So we ask applicants to provide an easement release showing that they have nothing in that. And I have 7 exhibits, Mr. Chairman. A is the replat application. B, petition for a zone change. C, copy of the plat. D, vicinity map. E, legal notice sent to the Star Tribune. F, notice of public hearing sent to property owners within 300 feet. And G, memo to the chairperson and members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. That concludes staff's report.
Thank you. Real quick, the fact that he changed the wording of the conditions, do we need to do anything regarding that, or is that suffice?
Mr. Chairman, you may, if you wish, adopt the motion as amended by staff on the record.
Okay,
And if you're not comfortable with that, then you can move to amend condition number 3 when you make your motion. Either way.
so I can make the motion to just go with the staff now? Okay,
At the time that everyone is ready to vote, sure.
okay. Okay, I now declare the public hearing open in consideration case sub 166-2022 and ZOC 167-2022. A hearing will be conducted in accordance with state statutes, the rules of the Planning and Zoning Commission, and other applicable laws. I would ask those individuals who would address the commission to approach the lectern. Identify yourself and state your address, please. Would the person representing the case sub 166-2022 and ZOC 167-2022 come forward and explain the application?
Good evening, Jason Lewis, 421 South Center Street here in Casper. I'm just here to answer any questions that you guys might have for our request.
Anyone have any questions regarding this case?
I have one. The 2 houses on Yesness Court, there's some very narrow lots right behind those 2 houses. What can you do with such narrow lots?
I think the actual,
You know the ones I'm talking about? The ones up right behind those 2 houses.
well, that overlay is part of an older plat that was there that was vacated, and so in our current design, this one,
Okay, yeah, okay, I'm looking at it.
yeah, yep, those lots are correct on
I
there.
was gonna say, they're so narrow, I can't see you building the house on them. Okay, I was just, okay.
It'd be called sliver houses. Yeah. It's a new style, you haven't seen it yet.
Right? Anyone else have any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
As required by the state law, we have to invite people to comment in favor or in opposition to the public hearings. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to speak in favor of case sub 166-2022 and ZOC 167-2022? Is there anybody to speak in opposition? Okay. There being no one to speak for or against this case, declare the public hearing closed and advise the replat and zone change will be voted on separately. I will entertain a motion to approve and forward the council to pass recommendation, deny, or table sub 166-2022 regarding the replat.
I move for approval of SUB 166-2022 with the 3 conditions, with the 3rd condition as amended by staff on the record.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I just have one other question. I'm looking at the old plot then, so there's a street that,
Mr. Chairman, this is the existing layout now. This replat overrides this, vacates
now,
it.
that wide street, that street goes,
Right, that's
why
the,
not, why would you want to not make Goodstein's just straight? Why is that street so crooked?
that street is going away. This is the new alignment. That's.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking at the old one again. Because the old one's in front of me on this tablet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's right here? Oh, I see, sorry.
Anyone else? Okay, please cast your vote.
Whoops, didn't take for some reason. Still need yours, Joe?
There we go.
Thank you.
And please record.
With all members voting aye, the motion passes.
Okay. I will entertain a motion to approve and forward to council with a due pass recommendation, deny or table case ZOC 167-2022 regarding the zoning.
Chairman, I move that we approve ZOC 167-2022 for the changing of the zoning.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Maribeth.
I second it.
Thank you, Ms. Carroll. Discussion. Okay. No. Okay, please cast your vote.
You need to cast your vote, Ken.
Good.
There you go.
There we go, thank you. And record the vote.
With all members voting aye, the motion passes.
This concludes the public hearings for this evening. If there is anyone in the audience that wishes to discuss anything further, please come forward at this time. Thank you. Okay, the chair calls for a communication from the commission.
Mr. Chairman.
Oh, sorry, I apologize.
Took me a while to get out of there. My name is Byard Ray, R-E-A. I go by Bart Ray, since nobody can pronounce Byard. I live at 5200 Yesness Lane, and I'm here to ask for your advice on a problem that has been recently discovered regarding annexation of lots in South Garden Creek Acres Number 2. That addition lies between South Poplar Street and Yesness Lane, south of the extension of 50th Street. Apparently, on January 2020, several of the replatted lots in South Garden Creek Acres Number 2 were annexed into the city. Those lots were divided at some time in the past prior to way back anyway. And the lots that originally extended all the way from Poplar Street down to Yesness Lane, they were 100 feet wide and about 500 feet long. They were not really suitable, wide enough for building. So at some point in the past, they were replatted by splitting those lots and dividing them into the east half and the west half. But when the annexation took place, they were all included as the original size of the undivided lots. I own the west half of tract 26 and 27, I believe, yes. I was never notified of the annexation, counter to what the requirements are for notifying any owner that they're subject to annexation. My lot is now just the one lot, the west half of 26 and 27. And I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to get that annexation corrected so that it just refers to the east half and the west half of lots 26 and 27. This apparently was just a simple error at the time because I were looking at an old plat instead of the new divided lots. And I'm not here to do anything right now. I'm just asking for advice.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
as I understand it, this was a city council initiated petition for annexation, not through the Planning and Zoning Commission.
That's correct, yeah.
So this body is the wrong body to bring this to at all. You guys didn't have anything to do with it, and without commenting on the merits of the case, this is just the wrong venue for you to be able to offer advice. It would have to go to
Mr. Chairman, I agree that this is the wrong venue, but I'm trying to find out who the right venue is.
So you would need to go to city council at a regular meeting, which is not this coming Tuesday. I do believe that's a work session. But the following Tuesday is a regular session. First thing after the Pledge of Allegiance, they offer anybody to come up and speak, and that would be the time for you to bring it up, and then they can contact the correct people to find out more for you regarding that. The other thing that you could possibly do would be to go up to the city planning and speak to somebody up there regarding it, and maybe they can at least advise you more from there as well. That's an assumption, but the city council is the one that you need to talk to.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find out, and I thank you for your help.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Wallace.
You're welcome, Mr.
I
Chairman.
was deer in the headlights.
Well, I'm curious how you even knew that.
That's kind of attorney-client privileged information, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay, I call on the Community Develop Director. She's not currently here. The chair calls on communication from the commission. Anybody have anything? Communication Development Director, she's not here. Our council liaison, as we know, has gone through some tough times recently. It kind of doesn't surprise me that he's here. We hope that him and his wife are feeling better. We do know that he was at city council, so that was good that he was at the city council. So, I hope for his best wishes, and I'm sure the rest of us do too, for them. The chair calls on any other communications.
Mr. Chairman, you should have all received a information sheet printed off a website for the 2022 Spring Conference for Wildpass. Just want to throw that out there and see if there's any interest. The date is June 9th and 10th. Typically what the city does is we would cover travel expenses and a night at the hotel if any of you want to attend. I've attended quite a few of these spring conferences in the past, and I think it's worthwhile. The spring conference by Wildpass is typically focused more on planning commissioner type issues and some basic 101 planning level stuff, and the fall conference tends to be a little more technical. So if you were going to pick one, I would choose this one. So if you could all let us know if you're interested in the next week or so, we can go ahead and start making plans and getting reservations set up and figuring out travel plans and that. So.
What days is the 9th and 10th on to you? What is it?
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday. Thank you.
That's in Riverton.
Okay.
And what's the absolute deadline for us to let you know?
I mean, you could probably show up the day of and register at the conference, I think, but it helps us the sooner you get it to us.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. There being no other further business to conduct, the chair would entertain a motion for adjournment of the meeting.
Make a motion, I make a motion that we're done.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Please cast your vote.
With all members voting aye, the motion passes.
Having trouble finding your words there, are you?